Awesome. Welcome back in, everybody. Boy, but a busy morning so far. I'm sure you've seen the reports about UAB softball coach facing some serious allegations of abuse toward her players, and it's raising a bigger question about hard coaching. Does this, obviously the allegations cross the line, but what about other coaches?
UAB psychologist Dr. Josh Klapow, Tony Kurre here to talk about that. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. All right. So I know you had some strong opinions about this, not necessarily the allegations, but also how this relates to the way coaches handle players.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, the thing that I think is most important is this is not about not being hard on your players, but there is a difference between being hard and understanding psychological damage that you can cause from your players.
Okay.
And there are so many coaches. I work with a lot of athletes and I work with coaches. There's so many coaches who believe they understand the psychology of their players. And they don't.
And they do long-term damage.
They do long-term, and in this day and age with transfer portals and NIL deals, they do short-term damage as well, which is not the same as not being hard on your player.
Tony, and let me ask you this, because obviously there's a difference, right, between being a hard coach, but then humiliating a player in front of the team. And
I did sports radio for 25 years, and I interviewed thousands and thousands of coaches, everyone from Mike Leach to Bobby Bowden to you name it. Dabo Sweeney, you may be on the other end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
I think that you have to look at, and I think you'll agree with me here, you have to read your room. You have to read your player. Aldo Greco told a great story about one time where he was 4 or 5 in a particular ball game in field goals for the Titans, did extremely well, and missed the one field goal that would have won the game, and he got called out in front of the team, and was like, dude, he made 2 50-yard field goals. He made 4 fields. He tied the game up 3 different times, and he's getting drilled, and he's like, I needed to use you as an experiment, or if you will, as an example in front of the team, and he apologized afterwards. But he's like, but I didn't want to have any part of that. I will say this, though, based on what I've seen from a lot of players that got coached really, really hard, if they got through it, they felt like they had a special relationship with that coach that treated them so difficult.
On that.
I
had a hard-nosed coach. He pushed you to the limit to get the best out of you, but
you had to get through it.
He loved you back.
Yeah.
He showed you that he cared, so he never crossed the line and humiliated you.
There was some hazing stuff that I heard from Al that I was like, you let them do that to you? And of course, at the time, he thought it was deplorable. But by the time he graduated, he looks at it, he reveres it now.
That's different than my experience.
And he reveres it. He reveres it now. He's like, it was something we had to do. It was a passing of the torch. It was something I had to take for my coach. My coach had to give it to me. It's,
Here's the other difference. We talk about this generation of kids. Oh, we can't. They're not coachable. And then Mike and I went back and forth. They're not coachable. They're too soft and all this stuff. These kids understand stuff that we absolutely didn't. They know the difference between embarrassment, shame, humiliation. They know those things. They look up what is right and what is not right. They have access to so much more information. And as a coach, it's your job to figure out how to get the most out of your players in the best way. And that changes from generation to generation.
It can, but my point to you was, and we don't have enough time to go over this, I think players today who want to be coached hard, go play for coaches who coach them hard.
As long as there is not humiliation, shaming, and hazing.
To me, there's a difference.
Yes.
Whatever the allegations are, those are over the top.
Absolutely.
Whether if those are true. But hard coaching to me is a totally different thing.
Hard coaching up here is
Gentlemen, we're up against a break. I'm so sorry. All right, we got to take a break. It's not my fault. We'll be right back.